trying to learn to love your sass that you give me.
I do not. I should have prepped something for this.
I'm very anxious and heavily anticipating being able to kind of see her walk down the aisle and seeing what she's wearing. Looked her up on Facebook and crept on all of her photos and learned all about her by not talking to her.
Jake, that's creepy.
I couldn't help it. I want to say thank you, John and Carrie, for always being so supportive of Carrie and myself and for going through all the effort to put on such an amazing weekend. Can't thank you guys enough and for all the love that you guys show us.
And I want to say thank you to Steve and Kate for being the best parents that I could ever ask for to raise such an amazing son and accepting me and Jake for all of our weirdness and letting us be who we are. Thank you to our friends who made their way out to this. Wouldn't be complete without you guys. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
My name is Kara Murphy. I am from Omaha, Nebraska. I have two wonderful parents, John and Carrie, and two sisters, Kayleen and Kelsey. I went to Marion for high school, which I absolutely loved. And then after high school, I went to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I got my undergrad in elementary education. And now I am back in Omaha and I'm teaching second grade at Papillion La Vista, and I'm getting my master's at UNO in elementary education. So I think with my parents, the biggest thing was they always put their children first. Looking back now, I realize how much they really did for us, and we kind of took it for granted in the moment. But now, being able to get married and going to have kids, I realize how important that is to put your kids first and always make sure that they have what they need. And my parents did a wonderful job of doing that. We always had what we needed, and I think I just had a wonderful childhood thanks to them.
Went to Gretna High School, grew up in Omaha. Not really much there. Went to Lincoln, met Kara. That was probably the best part of it. Did grad school as well at Lincoln, and now I am working for Deloitte. I'm a CPA. Yep, they're both really hardworking, and they were always at all of our sporting events. So even though they were working, had their own stuff going on, it was really cool to always have at least someone there for us. And that was kind of a big thing that Kara and I want to instill as well, is that no matter what's going on, that we're getting to everything that our family has.
So the first time we met was actually freshman year of college, and it was at a tailgate that I did not want to go to.
She got in the back of a pickup truck because one of her friends was with us, and we went to a tailgate. Kept checking her out the whole time, and it was a little creepy standing all the way in the back corner, oh, what is she doing over there?
Saw this guy at the tailgate, and I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And we actually didn't talk the whole time. He said hey to me, and that was it.
The next time we met was that following fall at a Lincoln tailgate.
And he came up and talked to me, and we talked at that whole tailgate for 5 hours. Yeah, a couple of people came up to us, they're like, are you guys still talking? And we're like, yeah, it's only been a couple minutes. No, it's been 3 hours.
It was very easy. I didn't feel like I had to think of something to talk about.
Grandparents, dogs, what we want to be when we're older, just anything and everything. And I think from that moment, I was just I'm so comfortable with him. And with Jake, it was just all the walls were down right away. It just started right from there. And I'm glad we ended up seeing each other a year later. Fate planned that out pretty well, but.
Turn down the lights tonight, moons are bright. We dance, we sing, we live, we love tonight.
I didn't ask for her number for probably like 4 or 5 weeks. Like every tailgate, she would be there.
And he was like, we should take a picture together. I was like, okay. And so then I have it on my phone. He's like, oh, well, you should send that to me. And I was like, well, I don't have your number.
That was how I got her phone number, and it was definitely not the most slick way of doing it, but it worked for me.
Yeah, he was really smooth. I could tell, I could tell what he was doing. We were texting through a couple formals. He was like, I'm taking you to Kona Grill in Omaha.
Got sushi. Wanted to impress you.
Yeah, he jumped, he's like, let's get all of, we probably ordered like 12 different rolls. I can't even imagine that bill.
Yeah, I don't think we ate it all.
No.
So we got sushi and then went to a movie, and it was Horrible Bosses 2, and I laughed the whole time.
That's how you lose the cup. We're not supposed to lose the cup.
And I remember we were sitting in the theater and Jake was just cracking up the whole time. And if you've ever heard his laugh, you just fall in love right away. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And it was a blast. I don't know why I was pushing it off for so long, letting my nerves get in the way, but it was a great time.
A heart run wild, knows no end. A love untied, will rise again.
Our first kiss was at her formal, the first one that we went to. Convinced her to take me to because I had never been to a party bus, so
Another smooth moment.
Made her feel bad that I'd never been to one, so she had to take me.
So we were on the party bus having fun, and you would make stops so people could go in and go to the bathroom, get a new drink, whatever you want to do.
And it was kind of towards the end of the party bus, and I was like, well, I have to make a move now. And so I just kind of looked at her and just went in for a kiss. And
yeah, I was wondering the whole night like when he was gonna do it, and you were talking like this close to my face.
Luckily she reciprocated it, but yeah, I was very nervous the whole time.
Ow! When we actually just started dating, we've been dating for like a month or so, he was like, I want to introduce you to my family. I was like, okay. And we went to Nicola's with his mom, his dad, his brother, and his now sister-in-law. And it was a wonderful dinner, and we went back to his house after and hung out. And Jake was leaving the next day to go study abroad in Europe. And so we walked out, and he just kept being like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I just want to stay here with you. And I remember just saying goodbye and not wanting to leave. And I just couldn't believe I felt that way about someone right off the bat. After I was driving home, I just was listening to the radio and I started breaking down in tears. And I was like, what am I doing? I'm not the kind of girl to sit in a car and cry about a guy. And I realized right there, like, holy cow, he's not just like a guy, he's probably gonna be the guy.
We talked for quite a while before we actually started dating. And then when I had gone to study abroad, went for 4 weeks, and the whole time it didn't feel right being abroad. She wasn't there with me. And the whole time I was like, gosh, either was she was there or I was back home. And the experiences that I had, I wanted to go experience them with her. That whole kind of time period was that I knew exactly where I wanted to be, and I was with her.
Turn down the lights tonight, moon's all night. We dance, we sing, we live, we love tonight.
I think I kind of knew a little bit. I was speculating about the proposal.
I kind of had been building. We had talked about it so much, like I wanted it to be absolutely perfect.
He planned the most beautiful engagement.
So I had all these ideas on what to do. It was just kind of putting it together.
It was in the middle of December, and he had us go look at Christmas lights, and it was in downtown Omaha. And so I didn't think anything of it at the time, but then when he was like, I'll pick you up early around 2 or 3, it's like, not dark enough to go look at lights yet.
Took her down there, like, oh, let's go up this way. I was thinking I was being all sly about it, and she was doing a really good job of acting like she didn't know what was going on, even though she knew exactly.
So we walked down the Jane Leahy Mall, and we come up to this big hill, and he's like, let's go up this hill. And I'm wearing heels. I'm like, Jake, what? No. But then when we started walking up the hill is when you were like, you know how much I love you.
And I started like kind of saying more meaningful stuff, and I was waiting for her, like, to see her reaction when she saw like how the table was set up.
And I look ahead, and he has this big table set up with a picture, like pictures all over it of us. And he brings me up to the table, and he was so worked up.
I was a little too emotional to really say too much, but it was definitely a dream come true. It was just seeing that big smile and kind of knowing that the moment was there was really nice to see.
It was beautiful. He did a wonderful job.
Oh, the wonder that awaits. Here we are, forever starts today.
I have horrible handwriting. For a teacher, I should have better handwriting. My kids kind of make fun of me.
I did not spell that right.
So I chose driven because I just think this word is the definition of Jake. Obviously, he sets his mind to certain goals and he doesn't let anything get in his way of achieving those goals. And right away what comes to your mind probably is career, which he is extremely driven in his career, I will admit that. But to me, what is most attractive about Jake is that he's driven in our relationship and in our future, and he has clear goals for what we are going to have when we're older and what we want for our family, and he's driven to make that happen. And to me, that's just the most admirable thing about him, is how driven he is for the both of us and for our future.
So one word for Kara, I would say that she is my shining light. Every morning, get to kind of see her smile, and it's the best way for me to start my days, just kind of being able to laugh and joke around with her. And then whenever things are going bad, she will drop whatever she's doing and will fix it for me, because that's who she is. She kind of guides me on everything that I do. I never felt happier and brighter when I'm with her. It's a really good feeling.
Do you want to write it or do you want me to write it? What comes to your mind when you think about us?
Funny.
Funny? No, we're not funny. We think we're funny. I feel like when we first started dating, we'd go over to his house and hang out in the basement. And his mom would always just be like, "What are you guys giggling about down there?"
Yeah, giggle probably better
The
word.
giggle, we should have written giggle. Yeah. And because they're like, "You're always just giggling with each other. Like, that's so funny." And I don't even know what is funny. It's just we're always having such a good time.
I mean, we're
together.
just sitting there watching TV and
doing weird stuff, and it's just so fun, and we're always laughing, and you can probably see it in my wrinkles now. But when we're 80, I think we'll still be sitting in our recliners,
laughing,
laughing and doing
poking
nothing
at each other.
Yeah.
All the world is ours to take. You and me will find a way. Oh, the wonder that awaits. Here we are, forever strong.
Jake, at this time we are married, which is unbelievable to me. I just want you to know how much I love you and how excited I am to spend my life with you. You're going to be the best husband, the best father, the best life partner, and I can't wait to experience it all with you.
Thank you for everything. Sorry. I'm just lucky to be here. Lucky that she's my wife and person that I get to hold my hand with every day. Just kind of look in her eyes and see that I'm exactly where I need to be.
Found my truth and I made my way. I was much too used to being so afraid. Didn't recognize my own design till I saw your face. I feel it in my bones and I know the right way home. I get a little lost and I forget what I've got, but I'm following where you go. Only time will tell what we're made of. I feel like myself when I have your love. I don't really mind all the waiting if I got you. If I got you. When I think of all the years I spent trying to stand so tall, feeling like a kid, I know there's no future without you here, 'cause you saw my face. I feel it in my bones and I know the right way home. Get a little lost and I forget what I've got, but I'm following where you go. Only time will tell what we're made of. I feel like
I, Jake,
Take you, Kara.
take you, Kara,
To be my wife.
to be my wife.
I, Kara,
Take you, Jake.
take you, Jake,
To be my husband.
to be my husband,
Promise to be faithful to you
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health,
to love you and to honor you
to love you and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.